Fans, and welcome to Lexington High School for another edition of 2024 Lexington Blue Sox baseball. Today's regular season interleague matchup features the visiting McKay Club Beacons of the Yawkey Baseball League and your 17-time ICL champion Lexington Blue Sox. We will commence tonight's ball game by introducing you to the starting lineups. First, for the visiting McKay Club Beacons. Leading off and playing center field, number 15, Eric Ladd. Batting second, the shortstop, Zach Dines. Batting third, the left fielder, number 10, Alex Duffy. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 11, Connor Dines. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 7, Steven Starr. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 5, Scott Pagliuca. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 20, Philip Hood. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 9, Joseph Petrulis. And batting ninth, playing right field, number 8, Ben O'Connor. Starting on the mound for the Beacons, number 3, Jaron Duffy. The Beacons are led by manager Dave McKay and enter tonight's matchup with a record of 1 win, 4 losses, and 1 tie so far through their 6 YBL league games. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Lexington Blue Sox. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 5, Jonathan Luders. Batting second, the third baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, number 9, Austin Mazel. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 16, Ben Leonard. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 33, Nick Anderson. Batting seventh and playing first base, number 20, Andrew Salima. Batting eighth, your second baseman, number 4, Dylan Walsh. And batting ninth and catching, wearing number 2, Austin Travis. Starting on the mound for the Blue Sox, wearing number 47, Yemer Pineda. The Blue Sox are led by manager Rick DeAngelis and enter tonight's matchup with a record of 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie through their 3 ICL league games. Fans, we remind you to enjoy this game at your own risk and stay constantly aware of batted balls and any other objects that can be put out of play. Additionally, we ask that all fans stick to the foundations of sportsmanship when cheering on their team. We default to the umpiring crew on any and all ejection decisions, and their decision is final. Without further ado, Mr. Umpire, the diamond is yours. Gentlemen, let's play ball.
Chris Del Sordo with the introductions for the first ever Intercity League versus Yawkey League regular season interleague play game here tonight on the Blue Sox Baseball Network here on YouTube. Sam Field here with you from center field in Lexington, Mass. The Blue Sox with a record of 1-1-1, and the Beacons, the McKay Club Beacons, with a record of 1-4-1. Both teams sit 5th in the standings of their respective leagues. The Blue Sox coming off a tough loss to the Stoneham Sabres on the Melrose Americans on Friday night, and then they had the exhibition against the Katua Kettleers yesterday. But talking to longtime Kettleers manager Mike Roberts, the father of former All-Star second baseman, MLB All-Star second baseman Dave Roberts, after the game, he said that this Blue Sox team was the best that he's ever seen in all the years the Blue Sox have been coming down to the Cape for these exhibitions. And he's been there for every single one of them between these two clubs. And that is high praise considering the Blue Sox have gone down there in the midst of separate 5 consecutive championship winning streaks. So we'll see if Mike Roberts' words are prophetic as the rest of this season pans out, or if the Blue Sox will have another dogfight ahead of them as the season continues. Welcome to the McKay Club Beacons for the first time ever in a regular season game. As I mentioned before, Yawkey League and Park League and Intercity League all playing interleague games against each other this year. And Dave McKay and company have played games on this field before, as part of the all-star festivities we've had in years past. And ICL and Yawkey League have not been completely isolated from each other or anything like that. But for a regular season game that counts in the team's respective standings, this is uncharted territory, and we're glad to see this happen, and hopefully it becomes something bigger as the years go on. The Blue Sox take the field. And here is the McKay Club Beacons starting lineup that the Blue Sox starting pitcher, Aaron Pineda, will face. Eric Ladd will lead things off in center field, followed by Zach Dines at short, Alex Duffy in left. Connor Dines is DH. Steven Starr is at third. Scott Paliuca is at second. Philip Hood is behind the plate. Joseph Petrulis is at first. And Jaden O'Connor rounds out the lineup in right. And it'll be Jaron Duffy on the mound to start the game. I'm sorry, Chris, I'm throwing all your stuff around. Was on the mound to start the game for the Beacons. For the Blue Sox, they'll send out John Luters at the top of the lineup. Fourth time in 4 games. It's short, followed by Anderson Jimenez at third. Julian Alvarez is the DH. Austin Maisel makes his 2024 debut in left. Ben Leonard is in right. Nick Anderson is in center. Andrew Salima is at first. Dylan Walsh is at second. And Austin Travis rounds out the lineup behind the plate. Yammer Pineda, a former Kansas City Royals farmhand, getting the start tonight for the Blue Sox. 1 inning of work with 2 walks and 1 strikeout in that 9-inning scoreless tie against the Middlesex Expos in the season opener last Monday night. Can the Blue Sox get another win? Another 2 points in the ICL standings. They enter play 5th in the ICL standings, tied with the Expos at 1-1-1, and no real tiebreaker to speak of between those 2 teams, really, considering they play 1 game each other, and it was a draw. So, see if they can snap that one. Of course, yesterday, with much rain in the Boston area, most of the ICL schedule was washed out while the Blue Sox were able to get in that exhibition in full against the Kettleers, which itself was in question because of the weather. But we got it started, and we got it all. I've got a full 9 innings in. So here's Eric Ladd to lead things off for the McKay Club Beacons in the first ever regular season Intercity League game for the Lexington Blue Sox. Your friend and mine, Sam Finn, is umpiring this game. He's on the base today. He's down there at first base. First pitch will be fired at 8:03, and it is lined the other way into right field for a base hit. So a fast start for Eric Ladd and the Beacons. And Ladd, padding is .333 average, 8 for 24 entering play with 4 doubles, 7 ribbies, 8 walks to just 4 strikeouts, 1 of 2 in stolen base attempts through the first 6 games of the season. Here is Zach Dines, the shortstop. And that is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Dines. Beacons in red, the Blue Sox in blue, as you would hope. And over the years, it's been a little, we've mixed it up. 0-2 the counts. That one's on the inside corner. Dines entering play. Slashing .263, 500, .421. Comes up empty there, though. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Zach Dines, 1 down here in the top of the first.
Now batting for the Beacons, the left fielder, number 10, Alex Duffy.
Not often that you see a 500 OBP, but only a .421 slug. But just 2 extra base hits out of the 5 and 8 walks for Dines. As that is outside for ball 1 to Alex Duffy, the Beacons left fielder. Duff entering play, slashing .158, .238, .421 with 2 doubles, 1 homer, a solo homer, and 2 walks to 6 Ks in 19 at-bats. That is in there for a strike, and the count will be 1-1 to the Beacons left fielder, with Connor Dines, the DH, due up next. Eric Ladd slapping the first pitch of the ball game the other way into right field for a leadoff single, but that misses low now, and a hitter's count 2-1 to Alex Duffy. Defense for the Blue Sox, left to right in the outfield, is Maisel, Anderson, and Leonard. Third to first in the infield is Jimenez, Luters, Walsh, and Salima, with Travis catching Pineda. Only a 9-man batting order today for the Blue Sox. Been taking advantage of the extra hitter order to bat 10 first 3 games, but just the 9 today, with Jules being the DH. 2-2 the count, 1 out, runner at first. Pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3, back-to-back Ks for Pineda, 2 down. Here's Connor Dines, the DH. Dines, OPS of 1,008 in the early going, with a double, a triple, and 5 ribbies. Also 1 steal, which came all the way back on May 20th against the Al Thomas Athletics. That catches the outside corner for strike 1. A little something off speed there to the cleanup man for the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Ladd hasn't really threatened to run just yet. We'll see if that changes here. Not there. And it is outside for ball 1 to even the count at 1. For a lot of Intercity League fans, a lot of Blue Sox fans, and really for yours truly, seeing many of these guys in the Yawkey and Park League for the first time this season. So if I tell you anything you already know, well, my apologies, folks. Just try to help everyone get familiar with this phenomenal Boston amateur baseball scene. 1-2 count, and that'll be fouled off. Of course, a lot of players in these leagues have played in these leagues at the same time in years past. John Batista of the Middlesex Expos, last couple years, the Andre Chiefs, showed up here on Monday with a, I believe, with an A's helmet, and I believe it was the Al Thomas Athletics helmet. But anyways, hey, when each season is only about, 25 or, only a couple dozen games, is grounded to the left side, got to get your reps in any way you can, and an easy 5-4 put out for the out that retires the side. Nothing comes, the leadoff single for the Beacons. Half an inning in the books. Beacons nothing, and the Blue Sox coming up. As we go to the bottom of the first, let's tell you about the McKay Club Beacons starter, Jaron Duffy, right-hander. Duffy enters play with an 0-1 record, plus 1 save, and a 3 ERA in 11 2/3 innings. He is allowed 14 hits, 6 runs, 5 which are earned, walked 3, struck out 11, and surrendered 1 home run. Last played against the Al Thomas Athletics on June 5th. Picked up the save and allowed 3 hits and 1 unearned run, but got out of Dodge with the win intact for the McKay club. Seven and 4 was the final score of that game. As that'll be fouled off for strike 1 to Jonathan Luters, who has been far and away the Blue Sox best offensive player through the first week of the season. OPS of 1394 out of the leadoff spot, 3 runs, a double, 4 walks, no Ks. But again, facing a man with 13 strikeouts on the record books this season, and we'll see if that changes here. Count is 1-1 now to the Seton Hall alum. Luters, Anderson, Jimenez, and Alvarez due up here in the bottom of the first for the Blue Sox. Little flare into center field. That'll get down. What else is new for Jonathan Luters? Leadoff base hit for Luters. Luters with hits in each of the first 4 games of the season. And now Jimenez ahead in the count 1-0. Anderson, 286 average, 1071 OPS through the first 3 games of the season. And that goes to the backstop. Wild pitch allows Luters to get into scoring position. And it is a hitter's count for Anderson. Jimenez with 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 2 doubles in the early going. 3-0. Duffy needs to find the zone here. The veteran power hitter Julian Alvarez due up next. Down and away for ball 4, and it'll be a stolen base as well for Luters. So runners at the corners, nobody out to begin the ball game. For the Blue Sox offense. Single by Luters, getting to second on the wild pitch, picking up the steal of third. And now Jimenez drawing the 4-pitch walk. Let's see what King Julian can do about this one, or if Duffy can come up with another tightrope act like he did in the Beacon's first win of the season. Picking up the save in that game against Al Thomas. 0 on the count to Jules. Skies this one into right center field, and that gets down. That ball was hit a mile high, and it looked like the center fielder and right fielder had a beat on it. 1 run is scored. Here comes another 2-run double for Jules. 2-0 Blue Sox. Closer play at second, at home than you would think it would be. That ball's hit a mile high, and the wind's blowing out too, so just, out to right as well. Another extra base hit the opposite way by a Blue Sox right-handed batter. We've seen a handful of those already here in the early going. 1-0 the count now to Austin Maisel, getting his first cuts of the 2024 season. He hits a towering pop-up into left field. That is not caught. Jules will get to third. Maisel turning on the Jets, and he's safe.
The right fielder, number 16, Ben Leonard.
Here's Ben Leonard, right fielder. Takes outside for ball one. Fouled off. 1-1 the count. Still nobody out in the inning. First four have reached on 3 hits and a walk. 2 have scored and 2 more in scoring position now for the Blue Sox. Leonard pulls that foul. 1-2. Nick Anderson is due up next. Alvarez at third, Maisel at second. Breaking ball misses high, 2-2. Alvarez's double. Again, both the center fielder and right fielder looked like they had it beat on it. So it was a closer play at home than maybe it had to be for Jimenez, just to make sure that that ball wouldn't be caught. It would just be a very long sacrifice fly, but instead it was a 2-run double, and that'll be fouled into the screen to remain 3-2. Already action warming in the Beacons bullpen. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big first out there for Duffy. Picks up the K. 1 down, and here is Nick Anderson. Anderson 0 for 2 with a 0 for 1 with a walk on Friday night against Melrose as he takes high for ball 1. That's on the outside corner, 1-1. 0 for 3 in the win against Stoneham. Hits this one to right and through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Being waved around third is Maisel. He will score. Maisel is all the way to third. Anderson all the way to third with the most unexpected extra base hit he's ever had. Now, the hits keep coming, and they don't stop coming tonight for the Blue Sox. 4-0. Anderson at third. And Nick Anderson actually just picked up his first base hit since his first at-bat of the season. That was a single back in the second inning opening night against the Expos. 0-1 the count to Andrew Salima. High for a ball, and it's 1-1. One and two the count. Anderson picks up a couple ribbies in the process. Breaking ball misses high, 2-2. Salima, the 7th batter of the inning for the Blue Sox. 4 have already scored. The first 4 reached, in fact, and have all scored. 2-2. Driven into right field. Camping under it is the right fielder, and making the catch, O'Connor. Tagging from third and scoring standing up on the sac fly is Anderson. 5-0.
The second baseman, number 4, Dylan Walsh.
So here's Dylan Walsh, moving up and down the order here in the early going of the season. Here in the number 8 slot with the bases empty and 2 away, and strike 1 delivered to him on the outside corner. Well, if you're Duffy, this is your chance to attack and maybe get out of the inning. Try and start anew. Oh, no. E4 will put Walsh at second. So here's the catcher, Austin Travis.
The catcher, number 42, Austin Travis.
Travis getting the start behind the plate, and we'll open up the iris on the camera in just a moment, folks, as that is on the inside corner for strike one. Should have been a routine ground out to end the inning. Instead, Walsh in scoring position on the two-base air E4. And Travis now behind 0-2. Get your ender here. Trying to not let the error hurt. Line to short and caught for the out that retires the side, but the Blue Sox make it hurt anyways, with or without that error. 5 runs to take a 5-0 lead after one.
In the bottom of the first inning, 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. We move to the top of the second inning with the score: the Lexington Blue Sox 5, the McKay Club Beacons 0. Leading off for the Beacons in the top of the second inning, third baseman, number 7, Steven Starr.
Well, Steven Starr will need to be a star here if it's going to help the Beacons get back into this one. 5-0 Blue Sox after the first 4 reached, and they scored 5 runs on 4 hits. Starr, Paliuca, and Hood due up here in the top of the second for the McKay Club Beacons. Pineda delivers ball 1, 1-0. Starr is the third baseman for the Beacons. Entering play with an OPS of 825, but over his last 4 games, 6 for 10. No extra base hits, but 3 runs, an RBI, a couple of walks. Really on a bit of a hot streak here in his last 4 games. See if he can keep it going. This is a towering pop-up. And he'll get out of play to make it 2-2. Not one out just yet. Sorry, Blue Sox fans. Whether you're a Blue Sox fan, a Beacons fan, or just an impartial observer, don't forget to vote in our Who You Got poll. Let us know if you think the Blue Sox are going to hang on this 5-0 lead, or the Beacons are going to make a comeback. Fouled off. Count will remain 2-2. No worrying about a 0-0, 9-inning scoreless tie tonight, that's for sure. Obviously, it can be frustrating when you look back on that game against the Expos and say, hey, we had opportunities to win it in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Full count, but given how vaunted the Expos offense was last year, learn from it, build on it, and then destroy everything in your path. Learn from it, take those lessons the rest of the season, apply them. 3-2. Okay. We'll flare into the Bermuda Triangle and right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. No, not the first pitch of the inning, but same kind of result. Leadoff single the other way. Now let's see if the Beacons can cash in on that. I always stress the importance of getting the leadoff man on in an inning any way you can. Forces the pitcher to get into the stretch sooner and might throw them off their rhythm sooner, but high and tight fastball like that, swing and a miss, that'll throw off your rhythm as a hitter, that's for sure. Paliuka behind, 0-1, fouls this one off on a Worthen Road. We have an official broadcast, 0-2. Paliuka, 143, 368, 214 is slash line so far with 1 double, 1 RBI, and 4 walks. 0-2 the count to Paliuka. That gets past Travis, and up to second goes Starr. On the pass ball, runner in scoring position for the first time tonight for the Beacons. 1-2 to Paliuka, and here comes Pineda. Breaking ball drops in there for strike 3 called. Thing of beauty there. Third K already for Yemmer. 1 down. Here's Phil Hood, the catcher. Hood with an OPS of 1143, 2 homers, 5 walks, 3 Ks to his name in the early going. 1-0 the count. Homer and 2 walks in the win over Al Thomas the other night. Oh, boy, how? Well, this is going to be an interesting situation here because that pitch got nicked off the home plate umpire's hand, and Sam Finn and Mark Leary and Rick DeAngelis all coming out, and I mean, this is like I hope Sammy, I hope you brought your home plate gear. Yeah, I understand, sir. Yeah. Well, make sure he's okay. Continue, obviously. You know, if there's anything broken there, you don't want to let it just continue to, for lack of a better term, fester. Yeah, but it kind of looked like he was favoring his hand too. Yeah, because obviously. Oh boy, that's not good. Yeah, because obviously, like you know, you might not. Like, as an umpire, you're not going to need to handle a bat or a ball or anything, but you don't want to. You can't let it just continue to worsen over the course of the night and then just wait a couple hours until after the game. You want to see what happens. So, interesting situation. We have seen, examples of, baseball games before where. Okay, so we just get. All right, so Will Bartlett just got. Yep, is. Gonna be good to go? Well, Hood will go back to work on that. On this now 2-0 count. What I was gonna say was, we've seen occasional examples of games where the home plate umpire had to exit for whatever reason, and balls and strikes. I'm thinking, there's one at least while we waited for another umpire to get their home plate gear on. The balls and strikes were called from essentially one of the base umpires standing behind the pitcher's mound. Obviously not an ideal situation for an entire game, but you got to make do with what you have in situations like that. We'll make sure everything, hopefully, things will continue as smoothly as they can, as it's fielded by Walsh on to first for the out, but in to score from third is Starr, and the Beacons are on the board 5-1, but now with 2 outs here in the top of the second.
The first baseman, number 18, Will Bartlett.
So here is Will Bartlett. Petruis is the first baseman. It is, in fact, Bartlett. He couldn't make it. we were told, apparently, Joe couldn't make the game, and so here's Bartlett. Thrust into that role and swings and misses for strike one. Five-1 our scores. Hood picks up the RBI on the ground out to second. And a swing and a miss and a pitch up and away, and the count will be 0-2. Never a dull moment already in this ball game, huh? Oh, 0-2 the count. Oh boy! Wow, that was actually super convenient. Wow. Yep. Read the top line. Seen stuff like that happen before. Never seen just like rock straight back into place with, no noticeable damage whatsoever. Oh, wow. It's going to be one of those nights, huh? Capture guard on the fritz a little bit there. All right. The beatings will continue until morale improves. 1-2 the count. Two and two. Trying to get him to chase that one sweeping out of the zone. No, we're still having maybe a little bit of flickers here. Try to have backup for a capture card in case. Or maybe we should just move the camera. I mean, y'all don't want to, see a bunch of, fencing in between this and the game. Here's a shot into left field that gets past the diving left fielder for extra bases and pulling up into second with a 2-out double. Will Bartlett. Maisel laying out. Coming up empty, though. And the inning continues. Glad we weren't on the fritz for that one. So another runner in scoring position. Here's a number 9 hitter, the right fielder, Jaden O'Connor. time before we get our first pitch. O'Connor 0 for 4 through his first 3 games with the Beacons as he takes strike 1 there. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. In fact, last played on June the 2nd against the Base. Blue Sox will be visiting the Base later this year over at Manny Del Carmen's old stomping grounds, West Roxbury. Fouled off. That game won't be until July 25th, but I'm sure I'd like to make sure Manny is there for that game. Remember, Manny was a second-round pick by the Red Sox out of West Roxbury. To get drafted that high out of a Massachusetts public school is a pretty impressive feat. Hit the other way towards the line, and foul ball. Good effort, Aaron. Right to try and run it. It was going to be the question wasn't whether it was fair or foul, it was whether Leonard could catch up to it for a catch, but to no avail. We'll do it again at 0-2. Connor with a good battle here so far. 0-2, but not going quietly after the 2-out double by Bartlett. And Beacons trying to get some rally going here. They got one, and they got time, too, even if they don't get another one here. Check swing, strike 3. The side is retired. 2 more Ks for Pineda here in the top of the second. A little bit of everything through a buck and a half, 5-1.
For the Beacons in the top of the second, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We will head to the bottom of the second inning with the score: the Lexington Blue Sox 5, the McKay Club Beacons 1.
Well, folks, as you can tell, we haven't resumed the game yet. Waiting for home plate umpire to see how he's feeling. Umpires usually park beyond the outfield fence. He's starting to walk back here. Just gonna make sure he's gonna be good to go. But I mean, what's he supposed to? I mean, how else is he supposed to tell? Like, whether or not he's good, how else is he supposed to tell Sam? I doubt Sam has his phone on the field right now. Oh, Sam has the home plate. It has. I assume it has the home plate mask with it. We're just trying to figure out what the plan is, but I mean, John Luders is coming up to bat, so I think we're going to be good to continue here. Again, you just hope that things don't get worse over the next couple hours for him. So. Oh, he's got an ace bandage of some kind. Oh, well, that's smart, that's for sure. At some point, they got to start wearing the oven mitts that, Trey Turner and the like do. I don't know how much that would help with a fastball coming right, nicking off a batter and, onto their, like, what else are you supposed to do, right?
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Blue Sox is shortstop number 5, Jonathan Luders.
All right, well, after sending the whole lineup to the plate in the bottom of the first, John Luders leading things off here in the bottom of the second. Swings at the first pitch and dribbles it foul for strike one. Luders continuing his hitting streak to begin the season with a hit now in 4 consecutive games, leading off the bottom of the first with a single and then coming around to score on Jules' 2-run double. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 1. Take that back. Here's a grounder to third. No, it'll be the shortstop. Fine effort, but Luders will get the single anyways, and John is 2 for 2. So now 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left for the Blue Sox, and 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left for the Beacons. Leadoff man aboard. Luders with his second hit of the ball game. Here's Jimenez. Drew a 4-pitch walk, his first time up. Still Duffy out there right now for the Beacons on the mound. Little flare, and it drops, bobbled by the second baseman, so all they'll be able to get here is Luders on the 4-6 fielder's choice.
The designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
So Luders is retired. Jimenez is 0 for 1 now. Here's Jules with the 2-run double his last time up. Ball in just in terms of the height, maybe the highest hit ball I've seen ever in this park. This is a pretty big outfield, for this. Obviously, it's a high school field, but not the biggest field you've ever seen for high school, but that carried a long way. The height of that fly ball nearly worked against the Blue Sox, though, because it ended up being a closer play at home than it had to be if it was just, maybe just a straight gap shot, on a line drive. But this will be a fly ball to center, and it'll be caught for a quick out number 2. So Jules is 1 for 2.
Number 2, Austin Mazel.
So here's Austin Mazel. Traded places, as we did not trade, but had the doubles last time up, but again, hitting a weird spot that only allowed Alvarez to get to third. And he eventually came home anyways. 1-0 the count with Jimenez at first. Jimenez runs, pitches outside, not even close. The no throw at all, even if it was going to come there. Stolen base for Anderson. Do I even have any? I got to go over the scorebook. I don't know if all of those were stolen base or you're just getting up to. I think just getting up there on just wild pitches and pass balls and stuff. I don't think they were all steals. Look. I get it. We're all so very tired, But no questioning Luter's stolen base or Anderson's stolen base just now. And that is a walk drawn by Maisel. I don't think it was that close, guys. But first and second now, 2 outs for Leonard, who struck out swinging his first time up. Down and in for ball 1. Jimenez at second, Maisel at first. There's the inside corner for you, 1-1. To the bounces to the plate in the dirt, and it's 2-1. The guy was, if he's going with the pitch, it's a stolen base, regardless of if it's stolen base, regardless if the pitch goes to the backstop. Line, good job by Maisel, not getting plunked in the head with that line drive. He'll get to third, RBI base hit for Leonard. That would have been a brutal way for the inning to end. If he did get clocked there. And it is 6-1. I mean, what else what else can you do if that does, get you? But we've already had, some hot shots cause some pain here tonight. Pitch outside, throw down to second. Not in time. Well, the Blue Sox using this game as a chance to show off their wheels as Leonard picks up the stolen base. After yesterday down in Katuah, they put on a clinic throw and out runners. 1-1 the count to Nick Anderson. 2-run triple last time up. One and two the count to Nick. Smoked into center field, back at the wall. It is gone. Well, there's the 2 hardest parts of the cycle.
Home run for Nick Anderson, the Blue Sox first home run in the ICL season in 2024.
Nick Anderson with a 3-run piece. A triple, a homer, and 5 ribbies already for Nick Anderson. Again, those are the 2 hardest parts of the cycle.
Now batting the first baseman, number 20, Andrew Salima.
Wow. 9-1 our score. Salima, sac fly RBI his last time up. Straightaway center, too. That was not at all a cheapie. Salima trying to match him there. Perfect, perfect. What's his home run animation? And if it's not Ricky Henderson, I don't want to hear it. Swing and a miss, strike three, and the side is retired. The Blue Sox pick up 4 more runs on 3 more hits, including their first home run of the season, courtesy of Nick Anderson, through 2, 9-1 Blue Sox.
Leading off the top of the third for the Beacons, center fielder, number 15, Eric Ladd.
2 ABs, triple homer, 5 RBIs already for Nick Anderson. Beacons got one step forward, but 4 steps back for the Beacons in that second inning. And we got a little bit of a situation here as umpires are trying to get some fans to back up away from the field of play area. They had some lawn chairs set up in what is live play. Got to be basically behind the light towers on that side. So we go to the top of the third. Blue Sox leading 9-1. And Eric Ladd to lead things off. The Beacons leadoff man with a single his first time up on the very first pitch of the ball game. In fact, he takes strike 1 here from Pineda. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, 2 left for the Beacons. 9 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 1 left for the Blue Sox. I'd say that's pretty efficient. There are 2 innings. Save some runs for a rainy day, right? Unfortunately, I know that my mom would often say that when the Red Sox would have, a big offensive outburst against, especially a good opponent, like, at the peak of the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry. Unfortunately, it's not exactly, it doesn't work that way, but they just, struggle to score the next game or 2. Fly ball into foul territory, and it is caught. And it's catch and carry territory there, but the catch is made by the right fielder Leonard for out number 1.
The shortstop, number 19, Zach Dines.
So for the first time tonight, the Beacons' leadoff man is retired. Ladd with a single in the first, Starr with a single leading off the second, but Ladd is retired here. He's 1 for 2. Here's the shortstop, Zach Dines. Takes just high. 4-1. Dines is a strikeout swinging his first time up. 2 1/3 innings, 4 Ks, 1 run, and 3 hits and 1 wild pitch allowed so far for Pineda, who bounces this one to the plate. And the count will be 2-0. A rare favorable hitters count for the Beacons here so far. Certainly haven't been rolling over in these at-bats, giving a fight here. But, I mean, nothing they can do at the plate. At the 9 runs that the Blue Sox have scored so far, 5 which have been driven in by Nick Anderson, the center fielder, on a triple and a homer in his first 2 ABs. Ooh, watch your lips. 3-1. I have to do some digging. If Nick, starts getting into cycle territory, I got to do some digging afterwards to see if we've had a cycle ever, at least since 2006 in the ICL. Down and away for ball 4, and you don't get the leadoff man. You don't get the leadoff man on. You get the second man up on base anyways with a walk there. That'll be the first walk of the ball game issued by Pineda. Dines is aboard for the first time. Here's the left fielder, Alex Duffy. He struck out swinging his first time up. Wind still blowing, whipping around, blowing out to right too. So shouldn't really be surprised with the way some of these balls have carried tonight. Down here at field level behind home plate, it's not gusting or anything. You got a ball up into that jet stream though. Might be getting into Hanscom airspace. I don't know. 0-2. So Dines at first after the 1-out walk. Duffy checked his swing. No advance by the runner at first. They'll appeal to Sam Finn, and he says no. So 1-2. To come that close on a pitch that bounced down and away, going around. Pineda's got some good stuff working tonight. 1-2. 2-2, the fastball up and in. Runner bluffs. The pitch is a swing and a miss. The home plate umpire says the batter is out because first base was occupied at the time of the pitch. So Dines can go to second on the wild pitch, but Duffy is out.
The designated hitter, number 11, Connor Dines.
We're playing with a rubber biscuit here tonight. There's been a lot of bouncing pitches. Two down and a runner at second for Connor Dines. Grounded into a fielder's choice to end the top of the first. His first time up. Hits a fly ball into foul territory on the left side. And the question is that out of play or is it an out? It is an out. And the side is retired. We were just talking about getting fans out of that area to make sure Anderson can make a play like that. We are through 2.5, 9-1 Blue Sox. control expert, Mrs. Vanderzowen. This is Charlie Walsh, I promise you, at the bat. Good to know we're still having these issues with the flickering here, but it is 0-2. So Charlie pinch hitting for Dylan. Flare into left field and caught for out number 1.
Now batting the catcher, number 42, Austin Travis.
So Dylan's night ends 0 for 1, reaching on an error. And here is Travis, line out to short his first time up. He takes strike 1. Luter's in the on-deck circle right now. Grounder to the left side. Nice sliding stop at short. On to first. 2 down. Well, Travis getting robbed at short twice tonight. Zach Dines has his number. The line out to end the bottom of the first, and that fine stop at short. And the throw to first to get him here in the third. So 2 up, 2 down, and here is John Luters trying working on a 2 for 2 so far with 2 singles, a steal, and a run scored. He takes down and away for ball 1. 9-1 our score. Blue Sox with 5 in the first and 4 in the second. And Nick Anderson 2 for 2 with a triple, a homer, and 5 ribbies to this point. 1-1. Ooh. Well, Rick telling John from the dugout, not you, don't worry about it, you know. Lined the other way and caught at first for the out that retires aside. Fine dive there by Bartlett to take away the third base hit of the game from Luters. 1-2-3 go the Blue Sox. First 1-2-3 inning for either side, in fact, tonight. 9-1 after 3.
Lexington, number 15, Pat McGowan.
Thank you. All right, so so a couple of changes here for the Blue Sox as we get the top of the fourth. So Charlie Walsh is staying in the game at second base. Got a new catcher, too. It's Joe Auger now behind the plate. And Pat McGowan on the mound now for the Blue Sox, as Steven Starr will lead things off here in the top of the fourth for the McKay Club Beacons, who trail the Blue Sox 9-1. Closing the Who You Got poll after this half inning, as that is down and away for ball one to Starr. Got picked up one of 3 hits off of Blue Sox starter Yammer Pineda. Those 3 innings, allows 1 run on those 3 hits with 1 walk and 5 Ks. One and one. Chris and I talking about it between innings, but despite the score, still some great effort being shown on defense by the McKay Club Beacons. And you call it 2 web jabs in a row: the sliding stop at short, and then the diving stab on that liner to, get a 1-2-3 inning. Rob Looters of what would have been a 3-for-3 ball game. And a swing and a miss here by Starr. 2-2, and that's really, even if the lead seems insurmountable, you just got to, keep the effort going. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pat McGowan with a K of Starr. And Starr is 1 for 2. First strikeout for McGowan.
The second baseman, number 5, Scott Paglucha.
Paglucha will bat now. 0 for 1 with a backwards K his first time up. I'm sure he's glad to see Pineda gone. So really the Starr might have been the only one who was not glad to see him gone. He's the only one. He got a hit and scored the only run so far the Beacons have off of them. 1-1 the count to Paglucha. Followed by Phil Hood. Anyone gets on, Will Bartlett. McGowan delivers. A swing and a miss. 1-2. We are past the hour mark of this ball game. Top of the fourth, 9-1 our score. Blue Sox with 5 runs in the first. Look out! Boy, into the bleachers, and yeah, I know, right? Everyone okay? I think if it were a more dire situation, more people would be running over there right now. Certainly Mark Leary would be, but 1-2 the count. Upstairs 2-2. Never a dull moment for anyone in this ball game. Not a player, a broadcaster, a PA announcer, an umpire, or a fan. Fouled off. The out-of-play line is a little more defined down the right field side of the left field, of course. It's the gravel path and the DPW usually uses between this field and Harold Crum Field, the football field for LHS, and the playground. Down here, it's not even really painted. It's just basically along the light towers, then in front of the bleachers as well. But a walk drawn by Paglucha, and he reaches base for the first time tonight.
The catcher, number 20, Philip Hood.
Obviously, if we're a little more clearly defined, like visually. Though, that's not even the worst thing we've ever seen in the Intercity League. 1-1. That was close. Hood ground out to second. His first time up. That brought home Starr with the only Beacons run so far. Been a couple of incidences at Maplewood at Malden Catholic of people just strolling onto the field along what's essentially the warning track while a game's going on. Oh! Took a weird kick at the very end, and got to be careful handling that one. And hope you don't touch it in fair territory to give Hood a free base hit there, but remain 1-2. One guy even riding his bike along just trying to go from one spot to the other. But like, where are you even supposed to go if you're entering Maplewood from the gate along the left field lines? That's strike 3 called. 2 down. 2 strikeouts now for McGowan. By the way, if you're going to go across the field to the opposite side, the right field corner, where you can see the U-Haul building beyond right field, like, how do you even get there? Like, that gate is that area is usually blocked off. What are you supposed to do at that point? Because that was his first time doing that. Grounder to short. Relatively easy inning there for Pat McGowan. Just the 1-out walk to Pagliuca, and we are through 3.5, halfway home. 9-1, Blue Sox. Bottom of the 4th for the Blue Sox. Jaron Duffy still out there for his 4th inning of work to face Anderson Jimenez, Julian Alvarez, and Austin Maisel. 9-1 our score. Duffy got through the last inning. 1-2-3. First pitch of the bottom of the 4th is a fly out to center. 5 in a row now retired by Duffy. Here's Joels, who is 1 for 2. 2-run double in the first and a fly out to center in the second. Chris, you were talking about it earlier. Once Duffy started to find the outside corner of these right-handed batters, he's been in much better shape. Well, not much you can do about that one. 2 for 3 now is is Alvarez, rather.
The left fielder, number 2, Austin Maisel.
Here's Austin Maisel. Double in the first, walk in the second, and 2 runs scored. I mean, every sport is about adjustments. Duffy responded, adjusted, responded to, the zone, and started picking at the outside corner. Towering fly ball by Maisel, and that'll be caught. For out number 2, 2 flyouts to center. Sandwich around a single so far, and here is Mrs. Vander Zouwen's baby boy.
In the right fielder spot, number 46, David Vander Zouwen.
Need to get him up 2 more times, you know. David Vander Zowen takes over for Ben Leonard here. Leonard finishes night 1 for 2 with a single, an RBI, stolen base, and a run. Uh, 1 and 4 from Paul. Yeah, no, I understand. That controller can be sticky. Bounces to the plate and away from the plate. Nearly went out of play, but Alvarez will jog up to second on the wild pitch. So 2-1 the count to Vander Zowen. Nick Anderson due up next. Vander Zowen takes down and away 3-1. Fouled off the other way, full count. Bong. Well, Vander Zowen trying to keep the line moving for the man of the hour on deck. Up and away, ball 4. First and second, and here is Nick Anderson. Again, 2 for 2 with a triple, a homer, 5 RBIs. His first 2 plate appearances. Vander Zowen picks up the walk, and safe to assume he will take over and right defensively for Leonard as well. Here's Anderson. Fouled off, 0-1. It's going to be a lot of research to be done on this performance. If Anderson keeps it going, then I'll have to wait until after game is over. But right now, Duffy just trying to get out of Dodge here. Unscathed, 0-2. Will the third time be a charm for Duffy against Anderson? He's got Alvarez at second and Vander Zowen at first. No diving stop that time by the first baseman. That is down the line in right for a fair ball. 1 run scores. The second run will be held at third, and there's the double for Anderson.
Pinch hitting in the first base spot, number 34, A.J. Lisco.
So Alvarez scores. Vander Zowen now at third. 3 for 3, triple homer, double, 6 ribbies now for Anderson. Somebody's been playing Road to the Show on rookie difficulty. 1-0. Little flare into left field, and that will be caught on the run for the out that retires the side. Out of nowhere comes the shortstop, Dines, to haul that one in. And the side is retired, but Nick Anderson picks up a double to make it 10-1 Blue Sox. All right, as we go to the top of the fifth, a number of defensive changes for the Blue Sox. I'll have to relay to you as soon as we can, but right now, let's worry about the task at hand. Jaden O'Connor leading things off, and he's behind 0-1 against McGowan, fouled off 0-2. O'Connor called out on strikes his first time up to end the bottom of the top of the second. On the outside corner, strike three called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Jaden O'Connor, one up, one down here in the top of the fifth.
The center fielder, number 15, Eric Ladd.
So the lineup turns over for Eric Ladd, 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout to right. Fouled off for strike one. On the outside corner, strike two, and McGowan picking up the outside corner now like Duffy had been. Swing and a miss, strike three. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Eric Ladd. 2 up, 2 down. So here's Dines to try and keep the line moving. That is up and away for ball one. No immaculate inning for Pat McGowan. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. One the count. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. Fouled off. Still 1-2. Dines 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Hits this one into right field, and that'll be caught for the out. That retires the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the Beacons to the top of the fifth. To the bottom of the fifth, we go 10-1, Blue Sox.
the bottom of the fifth inning for the Blue Sox. Second baseman, number 11, Charlie Walsh.
Jaron Duffy's night is done, and he will give way to Tyler Doherty to face Charlie Walsh, Joe Auger, and John Luders. Down in for ball one to Charlie, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. Breaking ball on the outside corner, 1-1. Looked good, but a little bit of waiting for the strike call there, and it did eventually come, so. Yep. 2-1 is the count to Walsh. 3 innings for Yemmer Pineda, 2 so far for Pat McGowan, holding the Beacons to just 1 run on 3 hits and none since Bartlett's 2-out double in the second. One, 2, 3 inning in the top half here for McGowan, the first 1, 2, 3 inning for Blue Sox pitchers tonight. Full count here to Charlie. Grounder to second, fielded there, a little bit of a bobble, but on to first, and a great pick at first. This is a fine defensive play over there by Bartlett. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the catcher, number 18, Joe Auger.
Here's Joe Auger getting his first at-bat of the night after Travis went 0 for 2 with a line out and ground out to short. Those were some tough pills to swallow for Austin. Some fine hit balls, too, in those spots, but could not capitalize. Oh, well. Not wasting any time up in the OBP. Here's Brett Stone to pinch hit for John Luders. So Luders finishes his night 2 for 3. I wishes he finished night 3 for 3, but again, some fine defensive work over at first base by Bartlett, robbing him of that one. Here's Stone hitting a sky-high fly ball into right, and it got away from him. Oh, you got Nelson Muntz in attendance down the third base line. What's going on? Do you call that a hit, or is that an E9? Yeah, all right, E9. Sorry, Brett. But Auger gets to third on the play. Here's Ben Valenti. Here in Anderson Jimenez's slot. Fouled off, the count will be 0-2 to Valenti. Valenti pitched yesterday against the Kettleers. I mean, two-way players are a lot more kind of this level than they are in the bigs, obviously. It'll be interesting to watch the College World Series this week, and maybe the biggest audience that Jack Caglianone is will ever perform in front of until he gets to the majors, of course, at least in terms of TV. And then once he gets to the majors, then we'll see if he is we'll see if two-way players really do become a thing. A couple of years ago, there was a two-way player drafted in the first round out of UConn. Runner goes from first, pitches high, throw down to second is not in time. Sam Finn right on top of the call there, and a stolen base for Brett Stone. 3-2 is the count, with 2 runners in scoring position here for Brett for Ben Valenti. With Aiden Driscoll in the on-deck circle in Julian Alvarez's spot right now. Fouled off. So Anderson finishes his night. Oh for 2 with a walk, a steal, and 2 runs. Ball 4, that goes to the backstop and in to score from third is Auger on the wild pitch. To third on the play goes Stone. Valenti, Aiden Driscoll will now bat. Valenti to first on the walk. Stone to third on the wild pitch.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the designated hitter, number 24, Aiden Driscoll.
So Driscoll pinch hitting here for Alvarez. As the score's now 11-1. Swing and a miss late there. 0-1. Austin Mazel due up next. I'll tip 0-2. No hits yet in this inning for the Blue Sox. And that'll be a foul ball. Bring ball to Zai. One and 2 is the count. Stone at third, Valenti at first. They just called a balk. And the Beacons can't believe it. Oh boy, this is not a good scenario here for the Beacons. They could not trying to figure out what triggered the call, but I don't think they're going to get a satisfactory explanation here. And we're going to see if I don't know if it's going to result in an ejection. That's just going to be a warning, but it looks like it's just a warning at this point on the Beacons manager. But it is 12-1 now. Count is 1-2, and a runner at second. Broken bat looper into center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Being waved around third is Valenti. The throw is cut off by the pitcher, an RBI single for Aiden Driscoll, and it is lucky number 13 for the Blue Sox. 13-1. Not sure what's going on here, but what's going on? Okay. Well, I actually didn't know that. Well, all right. Well, I guess that's it. Well, that'll do it. The Lexington Blue Sox defeat the McKay Club Beacons 13-1. Well, the Blue Sox pick up a big win. Unfortunately, Nick Anderson will not have an opportunity to complete the cycle, but oh darn, he'll just have to settle for 3 for 3 with a double, triple homer and 6 ribbies. The Blue Sox are now at 2-1-1. The Beacons are now at 1-5-1. Nick Anderson, your player of the game. Double, triple homer at 6 RBIs and contributions up and down the lineup for the Blue Sox, of course. And Yemmer Pineda will pick up the win, go in the first 3, and then Pat McGowan on the last 2 for the Blue Sox on the mound. John Luters gets 2 more hits. Anderson Jimenez, a couple more runs. Julian Alvarez, 2-run double. And Austin Mazel has returned to the lineup, a couple of walks and a couple of runs. Again, it was the Nick Anderson show tonight for the Blue Sox. One of the best single-game offensive performances you'll ever see in a Blue Sox uniform. 3 for 3, 9 total bases, and 6 ribbies. So the Blue Sox go to 2-1-1, and they will continue this interleague stretch tomorrow night at Townfield in Dorchester when they take on the Boston A's. And then Wednesday night, I'll be back here to host TJO Sports of the Park League. Thanks for watching this presentation of Lexington Blue Sox Baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School, Lexington, Mass. It is the Lexington Blue Sox 13 and the McKay Club Beacons 1 in 5 innings. For all my ready friends here at LHS, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to follow and support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League all year long by subscribing to this here YouTube channel and visiting IntercityLeagueBaseball.com. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.